Welcome to this week's Market Pulse. This week brought everything, from multi-billion-dollar mergers to unexpected growth fueled by Cyber Monday. Let's dive in. Major winners. One of the biggest winners this week was Oracle, rising 7.74%. Palantir followed with a 7.90% gain. It surged after reporting quarterly earnings that beat revenue expectations. Another strong performer was Adobe, up to 8.16%. Its jump was likely driven by a strong Cyber Monday demand and renewed market interest in its product ecosystem. Cadence Design Systems climbed 8.24% this week. And finally, Fortinet posted a solid 7.14% increase. Major losers. The most important loser this week was Netflix, dropping 6.82%. The decline came after the announcement of its multi-billion-dollar deal to acquire Warner Bros. On December 5th, it was confirmed that Netflix won the bidding. The acquisition cost is expected to reach $72 billion. Including debt, that pushes the total above $82 billion. Analysts and investors have criticized the size of the deal, and the market reflected that concern. Another major loser was Eli Lilly, falling 6.06%. HWM also declined, losing 6.65%. DocuSign dropped 5.99%. And finally, Exelon fell 7.03%. Biggest news of the week. The manufacturing ISM fell to 48.7, marking its 8th consecutive month in contraction territory, meaning a weaker demand across the US manufacturing sector. Employment within manufacturing also fell, with 67% of companies reporting they prefer to control staffing levels rather than hire. This highlights a clear slowdown in this part of the economy. In contrast, the ISM Services PMI rose to 52.6, beating expectations and showing stronger expansion in the service sector. This increase was driven by higher business activity and stronger new orders. However, the employment component continued to contract, reflecting ongoing uncertainty in labor demand. What to watch next week? The most anticipated event next week is the Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates this Wednesday 10th. The Fed will reveal whether it will hold or adjust its benchmark rate. This announcement typically moves the entire market. Although the Fed cut rates in its previous meeting, committee members remain divided on whether another cut is appropriate or if rates should remain steady while inflation and economic activity evolve. The Fed will also release updated economic projections during this meeting. These projections will offer clues about the monetary path for the upcoming months. On Tuesday, December 9th, the new JOLTS report, the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey, will be released. This report shows how many job openings exist across the US economy and is one of the Fed's preferred labor indicators. Will the labor market stay strong, or is it starting to lose position? Finally, the biggest storyline this week remains Netflix's pending acquisition of Warner Bros. The deal still requires regulatory approval, but Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos is confident it will move forward. This is all for this pulse. See you next week with more.